So today, we will be talking about the 19th century in Rizal's context. So before we start diving into Rizal's life and works, we need to understand the 19th century. So in this time, Rizal lived in the 19th century. So this period was full of big changes. So changes in political, scientific, and social. So mao na ang background nga nakashape sa iyang thinking and writings. So let's proceed to the global context. So in the 19th century, we have the Industrial Revolution. So when we say Industrial Revolution, instead of manual labor, gigamitan na siya og machines. So in this time, na-invent na ang mga engines such as steam engines. So mas napadali ang trabaho. So in this time, factories, railways, and steamships made travel and communication faster. So in this time, education and economies are also changed. So ang Industrial Revolution is the scientific change of the 19th century, while the political revolution, which is the liberalism and nationalism. So nabuo ni ang political change nga liberalism and nationalism because of American and French revolutions. So after these revolutions, many countries embraced democracy and equality, since ang aim or goal sa American and French revolutions is ang democracy and equality. So these ideas of revolution reached the Philippines. So during the 19th century, nakabot ang idea sa American and French revolution sa Philippines, which is democracy and equality. The third one is the colonial and expansion. So this time, European powers expanded colonies. So such as Spain, di ba? Spain is a country in Europe, pero nasa yung mga colonies outside Europe. So Spain held the Philippines tightly to prevent revolutions from the Filipino people. So we can see that Rizal was influenced by modern and revolutionary ideas coming from other countries, particularly Europe. The Spanish colonization in the Philippines. So this time we have the Governor General's power. So when we say Governor General, this is the most high-ranking official nga nag-rule sa colonies sa Spain. And then we have the friars dominant. So when we say friar, siya ang mga priest sa Spain. And then the friars controlled schools, lands, and even politics. So powerful kayo ang mga friars during the Spanish colonization. And then we have the tribute and polo y servicio. So we say this time Filipinos paid heavy taxes and were enforced to render 40 days of labor each year. So as what we can see, the Spanish colonizers are, we can say nga, grabe jud ka abusado. So these abuses were exactly what Rizal exposed in his novels, such like the No Limit ang Iri and El Filibusterismo. The Philippine society in the 19th century. So there are social classes during the Spanish colonization sa 19th century. So divide siya into 4. So from high ranking, we can say from the highest class to the lowest one. So the first class is the Peninsulares. So the Peninsulares are the Spaniards that are born in the Spain. So mga Spanish sila nga na-born or natao sa Spanish peninsulas, or particularly sa Spain. So the Peninsulares are the highest ranking officials in the society. And then we have the Insulares. So Insulares are Spaniards born in the Philippines. So those mga Spaniards nga natao sa Philippines, they are called Insulares. So second lang sila sa mga Spanish nga natao sa Spain itself. So Insulares also is mga officials gyapon sila pero not as much as powerful sa Peninsulares. And then we have the Mestizos and Principalia. So mestizos, from the word mestizo, di ba? They are a mixed between two races. So this time, those mixed people is considered as kuan gyapon siya anang um angat siya or murag middle in between siya. Then mga wealthy natives ang mga mestizos and Principalia. So the class of Rizal is the mestizos and Principalia. And then lastly, the lowest class, we have the Indios. So, muna siya ang pinaka-lowest among the lowest. So, muna siya ang ordinary Filipinos who suffered discrimination. So, Indios are being discriminated for being the lowest class during the 19th century or during the colonization era or during the colonial era. So, education was church dominated and based on memorization, not critical thinking. So, Rizal, in this time, grew up in the Principalia class. So, he had the privilege, pero he still experienced discrimination as a Filipino. So, ang mga Principalia, muna sila ang mga wealthy natives. And then, those mestizos are mixed. So, muna sila ang mga middle class people or middle class in the society. The rise of the middle class. So, during the 1884, Manila is opening its port to the other countries. So, Manila made Manila a free port. So, the Spaniards made Manila a free port. So, during that time, na-boast ang trade and business. And then, the wealthy families such as the families of Rizal, nakagain po sila og income from farming and then from trade. So, those middle class families such as the Principalia and Mestizos, mas ni-boost ang ilang income and then mas na-wealthy sila. Then, as middle class people sa 19th century, si Rizal, nag-study din siya sa Europe. So, some of the middle class people studied in Europe and then Rizal is one of them. So, without the rise of this middle class, Rizal might have had the chance to study abroad and he exposed to liberal ideas. So, kung wala siya nag-eskwela dito, dili siya makabalo kung sa ng French Revolution, American Revolution, and dili siya makabalo kung sa ng liberalism and nationalism. So thanks to his studies abroad. Let's proceed to the scientific and intellectual advances in the 19th century. So, in the 19th century, we have the Darwin's theory of evolution. So this year was 1859. So, the theory challenged old religious beliefs and opened new ways of thinking. So instead of believing some religious beliefs that is scientifically unproven, there is a twist. So gi-question siya sa theory of evolution. So Darwin's theory, nag-evolve na kuno ang tao from unggoy to tao, and then di ba sa based on sa Bible, sa Genesis, gikan do kuno takang Adan og Iba. So, but in Darwin's theory, ki-question siya. And then we have the scientific progress. So, there are new discoveries, particularly in medicine, engineering, and science. So, these discoveries shape modern thought. Then we have the Enlightenment ideas. So, Enlightenment focus on rationalism, human rights, and equality. So, this Enlightenment idea, nakabot po siya sa Philippines. So, that's why, sa middle class families, nagbuo sila groups that is, ang aim nila is to go against Spain. And then one of these is Rizal, but only through his novels, The No Limit Tangiri and El Filibusterismo. Then we have the printing press. So printing press mo na siya ang magprint og mga libro, di ba? Mga dyaryo. And then through this printing press, ideas spread faster through newspapers and books. So di ba? Through this printing press, mas napadali ang pag-spread sa information through papers. Kaya dili mo siya isulat, pwede rin siya i-print. And then during this time, Rizal, being a doctor and scientist, was deeply influenced by these advances, particularly in science. So now, let's proceed to the Philippine society in the 19th century. There we have the Cadiz Constitution of 1812. So, this constitution promised rights to the citizens. So, this was created to promise rights to the citizens, but was later revoked by Spain's monarchy. So, i-cancel nila. So, i-cancel nila ang constitution. So, in that way, nawalaan og freedom ang mga tao, particularly the Filipino people. So during that time, during the 19th century, political instability is happening in Spain. So there was a constant struggle between liberal and conservative governments. And then, suppression in the Philippines. So censorship, persecution, and executions were all used to silence Filipinos. So those Filipinos nga nag-attempt og revolt sa Spain, there is a possibility nga gipampatay nila ang mga tao. The tao nga involved sa pag-revolt or pag-go against sa Spain. So just like the Gomburza that was being executed in the 1872. So the execution of Gomburza influenced Rizal's nationalist spirit. So ang Gomburza ang nag-trigger kay Rizal to be a nationalist, to go against the Spain. So here are some important key points from our discussion. So the 19th century was an era of revolutions in politics, science, and industry. And then the Philippines suffered under the colonial oppression and prior abuses. And then third, the rise of the middle class gave Filipinos access to education and the global stage. So Rizal emerged as a product of his time. So gikombine niya ang science, nationalism, and the reformist thinking. So making him the perfect leader for peaceful reform and later on an inspiration for revolution. So si Rizal ang nahimong inspiration sa mga tao para mag-revolt against the Spain. So thank you everyone. So this is the end of the presentation. And remember, Rizal was not shaped overnight. So he was a product of the 19th century, a century full of struggles, scaveries, and revolutionary ideas. So mauni ang hinungdan ay ang gidedicate ang iyang kinabuhi para sa kaayuhan sa Pilipinas. And that's all. Thank you.